Hello everyone, welcome back to the Lord of the Rings Online, the SLOTRO 2 edition. This is Gnomadan here. Say hello to everyone, Gnomadan. Indeed, good boy. When we last left off, we had just finished up a side quest over in Bree. And traveling around the Bree area, we found there were very few quests that were available for us over at Adzos or in the Bree town itself. In fact, we are so low that most of the quests there are not even showing up as silver rings, and we know there are silver rings. We know there's quests in that town, but we're still low enough that they're not even showing up as potential quests. So we are back over here in Staddle. I am going to start heading out toward the farm. We are going to go talk to Gammy Boggs first. In fact, all right, I'm going to take the road. I was going to say I'm not even going to take the road. I just caught across the land, but I love this little road so much. Love the trees and everything on it. It just fills my heart with joy. As Marie Kodo, is that her name, Kodo? As she says in her philosophy of cleaning, you know, make sure you only do stuff. Hold on to things that fill your heart with joy, give you that spark of joy. And by God, walking down that little path sparks joy in my life. So I'm thinking Gammy should be right up here. We're actually at dawn. Yep, there's Gammy Boggs. Gammy Boggs Farm. We are actually at dawn. Sun will be rising here very shortly. I was hoping it would be maybe nighttime. Once again, we talk about confirmation bias and how I talked about it always seemed to be nighttime, and the last few times when we've logged in, it's been daytime, hasn't it? So the confirmation bias is not living up to its reputation. Because here we are and it's daytime again. So I guarantee if I'd logged in and it had been night, I would have said, oh, you see, it's always nighttime when we log in. Let's talk to Gammy right quick. In fact, we are going to pull it up. It's been long enough that let's see the history of this particular one, who gave it to us and all. Watcher Redweed. Gammy Boggs, one of the older hobbits here in Staddle, keeps tabs on all the hobbits on the farms east of the town center. If you find yourself on the road east, look to the north at the second farm and you'll find Gammy looking out over the rolling Pipeweed farms. She's always got something to say to passerbys and likely will want something done. Indeed, she does. Find out what she's got going on. So let's talk Gammy Boggs.
Good day.
Redweed is such a good constable. Always has a moment for Gammy, he does. I've been here since I was a little hobbit, through my tweens and now into my older years. Seen a good crop of hobbits grown, and seen more wander into the hill overlooking Bree or down onto Buckland or the Shire. Staddle is my home, and I shall not leave any time. I know all the hobbits here, who has the long hair, curly hair, even the little blonde hobbit. How curious, I said when I seen 'em. Listen to me prattling on.
Indeed, listen to you prattling on. What's up next?
Might I have a word with you?
See, I was wondering. I have pulled up our list of quests that we have in this area, and it's like, oh, they're all yellow now. There's almost nothing that's on our level anymore. But here we are with Gammy Boggs, and she's got some on-level quests for us. So good. Concern for a friend.
I'd wager Falco Greenhand is the best gardener in all of Staddle, and that's saying quite a lot. He's very proud of that garden of his, and not without reason. It's quite a sight. Recently, he hasn't been coming round to visit like he used to, though, and I'm a little worried about him. In fact, I heard that his garden is going through a rough spell, and it might not survive the season. Maybe you can find out what's going on and put my mind at ease. Falcon's farm is southwest of here. Falco's a good friend, and I'd hate to see him lose that garden.
Talk to Falco Greenhand at his garden. Okay, I remember having done this. Oh, look at there. The wife is calling me and interrupting. That's another confirmation bias. We haven't had her interrupt an episode in a long time here. So I'm going to answer that, and I'll be back with you after I talk with her. Got that conversation out of the way. She's gone grocery shopping and just wanted to know if there's anything I wanted.
My garden was one of the finest in all of Staddle, but now...
Nice to have someone looking out for you and wondering what they can do for you, you know? Let's talk to Falco.
Hello there.
Please, leave me alone. I don't need this right now. I have too much else to worry about than some busybody. Shoo! My problems are not yours. Go tell Gammy that she should stop nosing about.
Indeed. Oh, I remember all the Hobbit shenanigans going on here, where we constantly running back and forth between Gammy and Falco and whoever the little Hobbit girl is over there with the Goldilocks. Is that her name? I don't think so. Whoever the little Hobbit lady is right over yonder with the flowing blonde hair, I think. We tend to bounce back and forth quite a bit, don't we?
A lovely day, isn't it?
Not trouble about him. Why, I've known old Falco all my life, and I tell you there's naught he cares about more than his garden. I'm not going to stand around and do nothing.
Hello there. Might I speak with you a moment?
Maybe you can talk to some of the other Staddle folk and see if they know anything about what is happening at Falco's garden. Someone surely knows something that might help. You can find them keeping watch over their own farms here in Staddle. We need to find out what is happening to Falco's garden, since he will not tell us.
Talk to Staddle folk. Okay, why don't we go over here? I think there's, like I said, I think there's a blonde lady right over here. Is that correct? Yeah, there we go. What is your name, since I can't remember? Lily. Oh, you're not blonde, you're a redhead.
I think Guard Foxglove is cute for a man of Bree. Don't tell him I said so.
Oh.
Interspecies romance.
Gammy, I wish I didn't know what I know, but I do. I promised Falco I wouldn't say anything. Tell Gammy I wish I could help, but I can't.
See, there's what I'm talking about. Back and forth.
What do you need?
Well, I'm going to jump your fence since I got to do so much running back and forth, and we're going to run across the fields too. I'll try not to step on plants, but good lord, people, as nosy as you hobbits are, you'd think you'd be up in each other's business.
Good day.
You say Lily knows what's going on with Falco, but won't say anything. Why, shame on that girl.
Good day. Might I have a word with you?
What the devil was that? Completed. Oh, Breland Adventure Advance. So we popped one of the quest deeds, didn't we? Deed completed. Breland Adventure Advanced. Danger presses upon Breland from all sides, foreshadowing the ascension of a great darkness. You are called to stand against the shadow. Your continued efforts on behalf of Breland will be rewarded. Alright, got all that. So we completed 30 quests within Breland. Got our 10 Lotro points, our 2,000 virtue experience, and 500 reputation with the Men of Bree. Very good. What else have we got? We've gotten a deed bestowed. Breland Adventurer Final. Same thing, same text. We've got to finish 15 more quests here in Breland. We'll get 15 more Lotro points. We'll get 30 marks. 4,000 virtue points, and 700 indeed. Anything else? Lotro points granted. That's where we got the 10 Lotro points for finishing that one up. Okay, and no mail for us. Next quest, Lily's Secret. Oh, we actually backed down. Those were level 12s. Now we're backing down to level 11. You see what I mean? This is what I've talked about before. How some of these traveling quests and delivery quests and stuff are just way over con for what they are. I mean, running back and forth from Falco to here to over there, we're at level 12, and now we're at level 11 again. How do they get these levels?
If Lily knows something, we can likely get her to talk. She'll be coy, as most hobbit lasses her age are. But if you ask nicely, I'm certain that she'll tell you what we need to help poor Falco. They need to band together and make certain that Falco gets all the help he can to get through this time. Go back to Liddy at her farm beneath the hill, if it isn't far down the road to the east, and try to find out from her what she saw.
Talk to her at her home, and we'll get either her great sword or Aedale. Shoes are all right, but I have much better shoes. I'm thinking we'll probably go with the great sword. That's a good deal more value with the...
Hello there. Might I speak with you a moment?
Good deal more value whenever we go vendor trash it. Alright, Miss Lily. You ought to know by now, you've lived here long enough to know that Gammy is not gonna give up.
Welcome to Staddle, the breadbasket of Breland.
Is there something I can do for you?
Lily's secret.
I told Falco I wouldn't say anything about what I know, but I might be able to tell you without saying anything. Then I wouldn't be telling, would I? I like flowers, Gnomadan, but not just any flowers. I like the flowers that are my namesake. South of my house, down beyond the yellow tree, you'll find lilies, red ones. Give me a bundle of the lilies and keep your eyes open. If you look where you are, you'll notice the big problem facing poor Falco.
Indeed we shall. Let's go collect
Hello?
yellow lilies. I'm sorry, red lilies. South of here, down near the yellow tree. Easy enough. We're also going to have to go by the constable's house. As Miss Froghorn, Asphodel, she will be part of the ones when we're running back and forth with Mr. Swapmidge over yonder. What's his name? Milo? Milo, I think. Swapmidge, the guy that lives right over there, right on the edge of the Midgewater marshes. We're going to pass the constable. I cannot remember his name. It's not Haybanks, is it? Bolger. Constable Bolger. Oh, Mr. Bolger?
Hello?
Well, sure. The ruins of the Blackwoods will have Humlock's Pipeweed are to the south of here, near the yellow tree. You can't miss them. Okay. So we're going to head on down here, past the yellow tree. Try not to aggro any rampaging bristlehides. Nice to know that they are not attacking. I don't know about the bears, but it's nice to know the bristlehides won't attack. And here's the yellow tree. And right down here, we should start seeing some of the red lilies. Yep, there's one right there. Now keep our eyes open. Beautiful flowering red lilies. And as we're collecting them, we should see something, they said, in the area that is here that will explain to us what Falco's big problem is. Excuse me. Need to get a drink. All this talking is don't know why. I'm gonna say not used to. Don't know why I'm not used to it. I seem to have been talking plenty today. It's like when the wife called there. It's not one of those situations like most days where I can be in my house for hours and hours without ever saying a word. Oh, there's another red lily. Leading us back up this way, are they? I'm gonna get a drink while I'm doing that. There we are. Halfway through it. Let's see if we can find 3 more. You would think that right there might tell us what we were looking for. Hey, there's bandits up this way, aren't there? That is 4. Where are the next 2? Are we going to come across any in the woods here? Or is she going to ask, did we happen to see any? That's an awful loud snap that those things have whenever you break them off, isn't it? Let's take a look at the actual thing here. Red lilies, that should say the same, yep. Said she could not say specifically what the trouble was, but she could show you if you looked at the right things. As a hint, she sent you to gather, and upon finding the lilies, you noticed the large encampment of brigands at Ostbaranor. Well, there we are. There is Constable Bolger's house. We are going to run on past that. Head on up to Miss Lily, and we'll see you whenever we get there. We'll be talking to Miss Lily here in a second. You know, I've done this particular set of quests. I've done them so many times now. I've done them on Gnomadan. I've done them on Gnarlo. Pretty sure I did them on Gnarlrynae. Now we're doing on Gnomadan. So I've done them 5, 6 times now, actually, because I know a couple of other alts that I've done them on, and it just feels like while I'm doing it, it's like, okay, we just recently did this, so it's kind of a repeat. But I think the last one I had to have done it on was Gnarlrynae, and if that is correct, then it's been probably a year or two. So you lose track of time doing this.
What do you need?
Mindfiend and I talk about that all the time, how it seems like time flies by. Think of the last Zombicide we did, the game of Zombicide we played. The ones that I'm actually putting up right now, the Grindhouse adventure. It had been almost exactly a year to the month from the last time we had played Zombicide, and it had been 7 or 8 months from that game to the last time we had played. So it just didn't feel like it had been over a year and a half since we were playing Zombicide on a regular, like every week basis, you know? Just time goes by so quick. Lily's secret.
If you were looking around yourself down in the South Chetwood, you likely noticed all the big folk there. Now you know my secret, and I never said a word. Oh, thank you for the flowers, Gnomadan. They are lovely. Now you can tell Gammy Boggs what you know that I know. I hope you can find a way to help poor old Falco.
Indeed we shall. You want to say something about I didn't tell you?
What do you need?
Nope, same thing. Okay, that was legit. That was worthwhile. What do you need? Because it's like, I just talked to you. Why are you clicking on me again? That was a legit bit of annoyance.
A lovely day, isn't it?
Big folk? Bad enough the men in Archet burned their town, then ran into the Chetwood. I didn't know there was some near here. Oh, Falco, whatever are we going to do with you?
We're going to get the great sword. That's what we're going to
Stay
do.
and have some tea.
Falco's Garden. Ooh, a fellowship quest, huh?
I think you should speak with Falco again. Maybe those mysterious trespassers are responsible for ruining his poor garden. His farm is southwest of here. Quickly return to him and tell him what you've learned. I hope the old fool will be more helpful to you this time.
So I wonder if this time does Falco... See, this says it's a fellowship quest, which was something that this game had. Yep, you've received your first fellowship quest. These quests are challenging, intended for a group of adventurers. Use the social panel to bring up the grouping tools. Yes, indeed. And that's what we've talked about before, is that one of the complaints people have had about the game, especially during the epic line, was that you could not do the epic line without getting into fellowships. And they did change that, so you can go along the entire epic line now without having to get into fellowships. You may have to still do instances and stuff, but you don't actually have to do fellowship quest type stuff. Alright, we are going to call it there. Next time, we will go do the stolen pipeweed. That's the one I think you can do it during the day now. You used to have to do it during the night, and that's the way we are going to approach it, is that I am only going to go do that one whenever the people are actually there at night. Because the brigands who were stealing the pipeweed only showed up at night. If that's the one where they were stealing it from the hillside. Well, I'll have to take a look at it. Anyway, we have finished with Gammy and all her little stuff here. We'll probably complete these in a few levels whenever we outrank it. When we outrank it, maybe the time it goes green, perhaps, we'll be able to take it on as a solo. We'll see. We will see. In the meantime, I hope that y'all have enjoyed it. I appreciate y'all coming along. Gnomadan thanks you as well. Y'all have a good one. We will try and get another episode up tomorrow. Tomorrow will be Gnarlrynae's turn. And we will see y'all then. In the meantime, have a good one. Thank you once again, and bye-bye.